हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू यूनिट 6 रिवीजन क्लास ऑफ एसएसटी। सो स्टूडेंट्स, आज की वीडियो में हम जो यूनिट पढ़ने वाले हैं उसका नाम है मीडिया मार्केट्स एंड मी। ओके, सो स्टूडेंट्स, इस यूनिट में हम 4 चैप्टर्स पढ़ने वाले हैं। चैप्टर नंबर 6 अंडरस्टैंडिंग मीडिया, 7 and 8 मार्केट अराउंड अस, अ शर्ट इन द मार्केट, एंड चैप्टर 9 स्ट्रगल्स फॉर इक्वलिटी
money. Papa, how many laddus are we making today?
Just enough for 10 boxes.
How much do we earn from that?
500 rupees.
I have an idea. I think we can sell more laddus if we advertise on TV. That way, more people will know about the yummy laddus that you make.
But how will you make the ad?
I will make the ad using your phone and send it to the TV station. And then they will play the ad on TV and people from all over the world will come to buy your laddus.
Did you hear what Seema just said? She had a simple solution of making an ad. But that's not actually how ads are made and shown on TV. Let us learn how this happens. Take a look at this news channel. How many people do you see? Yes, though we see only 2 faces on the screen, there are a lot of people involved in making of any TV program. The media houses not only pay salaries to the news anchors, but also to many other people such as field reporters, camera persons, audio technicians, and video producers. In addition, there's also a cost of equipment and new technology. Therefore, media houses need a lot of money to do their work. So, where do media houses get this money from? Do you have any ideas? A large part of this money comes from big businesses. Big businesses make advertisements because they want people to buy their products. Therefore, they pay a lot of money to news channels to show their advertisements. This is the money which is used by the news channels to run their operations. Now, since TV channels are dependent on big businesses, they are less likely to report on events or happenings that paint these businesses in a bad light. Can you guess how much it costs to show an advertisement on TV? To show a 15-second advertisement, you would have to pay between 7,000 to 9,000 rupees each time you want the TV channel to play it. Isn't that fascinating? And this is just for the local stations. The cost for showing ads on India's biggest TV channels is much higher. Yet, we see many ads being played again and again during commercial breaks. This is exactly how the media houses make money from advertisements. So, for now, Seema has to find a different way to advertise the laddus until she starts to earn more money. Can you help her advertise her father's laddus without spending a lot of money? Think about some new ideas to advertise things and do share with your friends. Bye-bye and happy learning.
सो स्टूडेंट्स, अब हम कुछ चीज़ों का मतलब समझेंगे। फर्स्ट वन इज़ ब्रॉडकास्ट। ब्रॉडकास्ट का मतलब क्या होता है? ब्रॉडकास्ट का मतलब होता है टू प्रेजेंट इन्फॉर्मेशन ऑन टीवी एंड रेडियो। आप कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन टीवी और रेडियो पे बताते हो तो उसे क्या कहा जाता है? उसे कहा जाता है ब्रॉडकास्ट। नेक्स्ट मीनिंग है जो वो है मास मीडिया। मास मीडिया किसे कहते हैं? एनीथिंग डेट गिव इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल। कोई भी ऐसी चीज़ जो लोगों के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन दे उसे क्या कहते हैं? मास मीडिया। ठीक है। अब दे रखिए हमारा जो नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है वो है व्हाट आर एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स। तो देखो एडवर्टाइजमेंट क्या होते हैं, नोटिस दैट प्रमोट एनी सर्विस और प्रोडक्ट्स आर कॉल्ड एडवर्टाइजमेंट। तो कोई भी ऐसी चीज़ जो किसी सर्विस या प्रोडक्ट को प्रमोट करे उसे क्या कहा जाता है, एडवर्टाइजमेंट कहा जाता है। देखे जैसे कि आपने बहुत सारे एडवर्टाइजमेंट टीवी पे देखे होंगे, एडवर्टाइजमेंट फॉर चिप्स, कोका कोला एटसेट्रा, बहुत सारे एडवर्टाइजमेंट टीवी पे आपको देखने को मिल जाते हैं। अब नेक्स्ट है ये एडवर्टाइजमेंट करती क्यों है कंपनीज, इसका पर्पस क्या है। द बिजनेस हाउसेज क्रिएट एडवर्टाइजमेंट टू ड्रॉ और अटेंशन। तो ये बिजनेस हाउसेज क्यों करते हैं, जिससे हमारी इंटेंशन जाए और अटेंशन जाए उसके ऊपर, प्रोडक्ट के ऊपर जो वो बेचना चाह रहे हैं, और हम उस प्रोडक्ट को खरीद लें देख के, ठीक है, और वो उससे पैसा कमा सकें। अब नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है हाउ एडवर्टाइजमेंट इम्पैक्ट अस, कि जो एडवर्टाइजमेंट है वो हमारी ज़िंदगी में क्या फ़र्क डालते हैं। तो देखो जैसे कि आप एडवर्टाइजमेंट टीवी पे देखते हो और टीवी पे जो ऐड दिखाई जाती है आप उस ऐड पे यकीन कर लेते हो और उसके बाद क्या करते हो, उस चीज़ को ख़रीद लेते हो, ठीक है। तो एडवर्टाइजमेंट एक बिग रोल प्ले करते हैं आपके माइंड के ऊपर, आप सामान खरीदोगे कि नहीं खरीदोगे। जिसका एडवर्टाइजमेंट आपको देखने को मिलेगा ज़्यादातर आप वो ही सामान खरीदोगे, ठीक है। अब नेक्स्ट मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट टॉपिक पे हम बात करने वाले हैं वो है फेक न्यूज़। फेक न्यूज़ का मतलब गलत खबरें। गलत खबरें आजकल बहुत ट्रेंडिंग में चलती हैं। फेक न्यूज़ इतनी ज़्यादा फैलाई जा रही है इस टाइम हमारे वर्ल्ड में, जिससे हमें बच के रहना चाहिए, ठीक है। और ये फेक न्यूज़ आती कहाँ से है, ये फेक न्यूज़ इज़ एवरीवेयर। ज़्यादातर हमें ये फेक न्यूज़ ज़्यादातर व्हाट्सअप, यूट्यूब, फेसबुक वगैरह जैसी सोशल मीडिया वेब प्लेटफॉर्म से हमें ये मिलती हैं, ठीक है। और कुछ न्यूज़पेपर हैं, छोटे न्यूज़पेपर हैं, कुछ न्यूज़ चैनल्स हैं जो ये फेक न्यूज़ फैलाते हैं, ठीक है। डेंजर्स ऑफ फेक न्यूज़। फेक न्यूज़ के गलत खबरों के डेंजर क्या हो सकते हैं। फेक न्यूज़ कैन क्रिएट कन्फ्यूजन अमंग पीपल अबाउट वेरियस सोशल एंड पॉलिटिकल इशूज, फॉर एग्जांपल फेक न्यूज़ अबाउट गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज़। तो फेक न्यूज़ क्या है कि आपको गवर्नमेंट के खिलाफ भड़का सकती है। सेकंड, फेक न्यूज़ कैन स्प्रेड पैनिक अमंग पीपल, फॉर एग्जांपल फेक न्यूज़ अबाउट अ डिजीज़ आउटब्रेक। तो फेक न्यूज़ लोगों को डरा भी सकती है। अगर कोई लोग गलत फेक न्यूज़ फैलाएं कि इस बीमारी से आप ऐसा हो जाएगा आपको, तो आपको डरा भी सकती है। और नेक्स्ट, फेक न्यूज़ कैन क्रिएट टेंशन अमंग वेरियस सोशल ग्रुप डेट कैन लीड टू वायलेंस। तो फेक न्यूज़ आपस में आपको लड़वा भी सकती है, ठीक है। तो फेक न्यूज़ से बचने की बहुत ज़्यादा हमें ज़रूरत है, ठीक है।
Today, we're going to learn about how raw materials end up being finished products that we buy from the shops. This is known as a chain of markets. We're now going to watch a video which will introduce the concept of chain of markets.
Chain of markets. Hello students. We all buy lots of things from the market, like pens, pencils, tea, rice, vegetables, clothes, and so on and so forth. We buy these things from a shop, don't we? It could be a shop in your neighborhood, in a weekly market, or in a shopping mall. But have you ever thought where shops get these products from? Let's find out. Everything that we buy from the shops reaches us through a chain of markets. It includes various traders, merchants, and sellers through whom goods produced by farmers or manufacturers reach their final customers. The chain of markets starts with the producers. They are the ones who manufacture goods at farms and factories. The wholesale traders buy these goods in large quantities directly from the producers. Then the suppliers buy these goods from the wholesale traders to sell them to retailers. Retailers are the hawkers and shop owners who buy the goods from the suppliers and then sell these goods to people like us. So we are the customers. Let's understand this chain of markets better through an example, shall we? Let's take an example of how tea reaches our homes. It all starts at tea farms. Farmers grow the tea plants. Once the plants are grown, tea leaves are plucked and supplied to the tea manufacturing factories. At the tea manufacturing factories, tea leaves are processed and made ready for consumption. The wholesale tea traders buy this processed tea in large quantities from the factories. Then the tea suppliers buy tea from the wholesale tea traders. The tea suppliers then sell this tea to our neighborhood shopkeepers, shopping complexes, and weekly markets. Finally, we buy tea from these shops for our consumption. So, this is how the chain of markets works to ensure that the tea reaches our homes from the tea plantations. And this is how the chain of markets works to help the product reach its consumers from the producers. Bye-bye and happy learning. People across the world wear shirts. It is very likely that you yourself are also wearing one right now. Let's look at this big clothing shop in the US. It has many different types of shirts, doesn't it? Do you know how these shirts reach these stores in the US? These shirts make their way to the stores in the US by a process called the chain of markets of shirts. But before learning about the chain of markets of shirts, let us revise what a chain of markets is. The different people involved in the process of taking a product from the producer to the consumer constitute the chain of markets. The chain of markets for a shirt starts in the cotton farms where farmers grow cotton. Farmers take this cotton to the cotton markets where traders buy this cotton. From here, the cotton goes to the cloth markets. The cloth merchants in the cloth markets buy this cotton. Now, based on the requirement, cotton merchants give yarn to the weavers to weave it into cloth. Weavers weave cloth out of this yarn and take it back to the cotton merchants. This system is called putting out system. The cloth merchants then sell the cloth to export factories. In these factories, the workers make shirts. Now, we will see how these shirts go from the exporters to the foreign markets like that in the US. Now, based on the orders from foreign businessmen, these shirts are packed into big boxes at the export factories and then shipped to the US. In this way, shirts manufactured in India reach shops in foreign countries. People in the US buy these shirts from clothing stores. So in this video, we saw that the journey of a shirt starts in the cotton farms. This cotton is then sold at the cotton markets. The cloth merchants from the cloth markets buy the cotton from the cotton markets. The cloth merchants give the yarn to the weavers on a putting out basis. The weavers then weave cloth out of it and give it back to the cloth merchants. Export factories buy this cloth from the cloth merchants based on demand from foreign businessmen. The workers in the export factories convert the cloth into shirts. These shirts are then packed and shipped to foreign countries like the US, where they are sold in various clothing stores. And this is how the shirt goes from India to the stores in the US. Bye-bye and happy learning.
Let's watch a video to learn about displacement and how it affects people.
Hello students, let us learn today about the problem of displacement. But first, let me share with you Ashish's story. Ashish and his parents must leave their home tomorrow and shift to a new place. In fact, the entire colony will be vacated tomorrow because the government will build a highway on this land. The government will give the residents several new places to live, but they are located very far from the city. Ashish is very sad. He will have to change his school and make new friends. His parents, who run a small grocery shop, are also worried. Their home and shop will be demolished and they will have to find a new work. What Ashish and the other people of this colony are going through is called displacement. In this case, it is displacement caused by development. Displacement refers to the forcible removal of people from their homes or land. Displacement can be caused by several factors such as natural calamities like floods, earthquakes, or droughts, high levels of poverty that force people to move to other places in search of livelihoods, violence and conflict such as communal riots and terrorism that force people to move out in search of safety, environmental changes such as desertification or rising sea levels that lead to permanent destruction of people's habitat, and development projects such as expansion of cities, construction of dams, roads, and establishment of industries. Out of all these factors, today we will focus on the displacement of people in India caused by development projects. Did you know India has the highest level of displacement in South Asia and also one of the highest in the world? An average of 3.6 million people have been displaced each year in India between 2008 and 2018 due to various factors. However, the majority of these displacements have been caused by development projects. According to a report by the Internal Displacement Monitoring Center, every year since independence, 5 lakh people have been displaced in India. Most of this has taken place in the regions of Delhi, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Kerala, and Gujarat. Displacement causes people to lose their homes and social communities, disrupts education of children, and destroys sources of livelihood. These problems cause inequality in the lives of the displaced. It can also lead to marginalization of the displaced people in their new places of settlement. This happens because when displaced, people move to a new place. The competition for resources increases in the host cities or communities. Thus, they are often not accepted into the social structure of the host cities or communities, leading to social exclusion and deprivation of resources like land, homes, job opportunities, or healthcare facilities. So, we saw how displacement leads to inequality and marginalization.